Ascaris lumbricoides overview. Have you ever heard of the giant roundworm? Meet Ascaris lumbricoides. This intestinal nematode is not just any worm. It measures between 15 to 40 centimeters. The male has a thin, curved tail with specules, while the female has a straight tail. These worms are typically creamy white or pinkish. Can you imagine them crawling? Now, let's talk eggs. Fertilized eggs are oval with a thick shell while unfertilized ones are elongated. These little eggs have an indirect life cycle. They love a good lung migration. Transmission happens via the fecal-oral route. That's right, contaminated food or water. It all starts with ingestion of embryonated eggs. They hatch in your intestine. Larvae penetrate the intestinal wall, enter the bloodstream, and travel to your lungs. Can you imagine? They travel up through your trachea and get swallowed back into the small intestine. In 2 months, they mature into adults. The female? She lays over 200,000 eggs a day. These eggs can hang out in the soil for 9 to 15 days until they become infectious. Now, let's dive into pathogenesis. The larvae can cause Leffler's syndrome in your lungs. Expect symptoms like cough, wheeze, fever, and eosinophilia. Sounds fun, right? When adults are in the intestine, prepare for abdominal pain, malnutrition, and even obstruction. Complications can arise, like biliary obstruction or pancreatitis. Not cool. Appendicitis and intestinal perforation. Those are rare but possible. Keep an eye out. Now, let's shift gears to laboratory diagnosis. First up, stool examinations. Using direct wet mount, you can detect eggs, fertilized or unfertilized. Isn't science neat? Concentration techniques help increase sensitivity. A true lab pro's move. Sometimes, you might even find adult worms passed in stool or vomitus. Surprise! Next, imaging techniques. X-rays or ultrasounds can detect adult worms in the intestinal tract. What about barium meals? They can show off worm shadows. Fancy, right? Finally, blood tests can reveal eosinophilia, especially during the lung phase. So, what do we learn about our giant worm friend? They're fascinating yet harmful. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Ascaris lumbricoides, give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more worm-wide goodness and other interesting topics. Thanks for joining us today. Stay curious and keep learning.